Hi, it's Maggie with Golden Lights Within, and today I just wanted to talk about just a concept of like a mindset that I have worked on adopting. Obviously, it's always, anything like this is always just like a work in progress, but two things to just feel better in your life and have an overall better well-being. So one, being forward focused, so not looking back. So even, times you catch yourself, looking back, you're like, nope, we're moving forward. What can I create? What can I do? What quality can I embody today? How can I help someone else out today? How can I use my words for better, right? Whatever it is, like, what can I do? Like, forward focused, like, what kind of person can I meet? If you're like looking for a relationship, that kind of thing, right? So I think that just being forward focused is so helpful in your well-being, because most of the time, sometimes right, we're reflecting on good memories, but a lot of times we're like ruminating over things in the past. And so I think that when you catch yourself doing that, just like, reminding yourself that you're going to be forward focused, like solution focused, like looking towards, the future, and I guess in that sense, right, like you're in the present moment, right? If you're not looking back, like you're grounded now, like moving towards the future, right? And so I think that can be a really helpful like mindset shift. I guess you could say forward focus or present focus, whatever like resonates with you, but just that we're not like looking back, right? I think is a good way to view things. And then the other thing I find helpful is like being creative. So forward and creative focused. So the creativity piece, like giving yourself room to brainstorm new ideas, like be creative in whatever way that is for you, right? Like, is it podcasting? Is it creating art? Is it writing a book? Is it playing an instrument? Like, there's so many ways to be creative, but whatever, giving yourself space for that is really important, because that's where I feel like are most in touch with who you really are, and can give yourself space to brainstorm ideas and create things that are important to you, not just like being busy all the time and not offering that space for yourself. So those are just two things I've been thinking about in my life when I just kind of think about principles that are important. So I think just not looking back, like what are we creating now? Like what are we, where are we going, right? Keeping that mindset, and then in that way you're creating that momentum forward. So, and I think by, being in the present moment, you can create the momentum forward, whereas like being, in the past, you obviously can't. So that is important. And then again, giving yourself space to be creative. And I think that's kind of, everyone needs that. Whether I think you think of yourself as a creative person or not, I think we're all creative. And I think it's just, do you give space to that, for that, to grow? And I think it's really important for our well-being, and just like, our time here to have space to be creative and see what that is for you, what you come up with, what you enjoy, right? So give yourself the gift of that space for that. So just two things that have been kind of on my mind as far as maybe mentalities is the word, but just like kind of how I'm viewing things for a better well-being. So I hope this is helpful. Thanks for viewing this Golden Lights Within video.